What up, world? Welcome to another episode of the Blunt Talk Sports Podcast. I am your host, Anthony Wright, coming to you from the beautiful and fall-like confines of Atlantic City, New Jersey. Wherever you may be watching or listening, I thank you as always. Like, share, and subscribe. It helps the channel. You can check the Blunt Talk Sports Podcast not only here on YouTube, but on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Substack, Patreon, Trovo, and as well as on Podbean. Don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Thanks. Happy to be here with you guys on this beautiful September 28th, 2025. Another jam-packed episode. This episode will be chronologizing the Eagles versus Bucs preview today. 1 o'clock game down there in Tampa. Weather's already reported to be already in the 90s, so it's going to be a very hot game. But before we get into that, I want to definitely make sure we give a shout out to a couple friends of the show. If you guys know, if you guys have been following the show, and if you haven't, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. But nonetheless, if you guys are followers of the show or have been plugged in for a while, you know that a couple friends of the show is StubHub and Viagogo, the number 1 and 2 leading ticket resellers in the world to live events, shows, and concerts. As you guys will see here on the screen, I definitely implore you to check out the events that StubHub has available. College football tickets available, NBA, MLB, WNBA season tickets, playoff tickets available. Also with Viagogo, you see here the list of things that they have available currently in the UK with the tours available. So definitely make sure you're making the most of the beginning of your fall, making the most of your time off, whether with family, friends, or loved ones. Again, with StubHub or Viagogo, the number 1 and number 2 leading ticket resellers in the world to live events, shows, and concerts. And last but not least, if you're an avid gamer like myself, I implore you to check out the description box within this video for a link to PlayStation Direct. Whether you're looking for video games, controllers, any accessories to immerse and enhance your PlayStation experience, I definitely implore you to check it out. Sony PlayStation, more than a game. All right, guys. So as I said, this episode is going to be the Eagles versus Bucs preview video. This won't be too long of a video. It's more or less a quick takes episode. Just digesting like I've been doing, so far throughout the week. The weeks going in. This game is going to be a very good one. It's been a matchup nightmare for Philadelphia for the past couple of years. Obviously, the playoff loss in the 2023-2024 season, which was just a disastrous end to that horrible-ass year. Last year, you played this team early in the year, didn't have AJ, didn't have Devontae, didn't have Lane Johnson, so there's a lot of things to unpack and digest with that. However, with all that being said, this is going to be a matchup between two undefeated teams. I definitely expect both teams to show up and show out. And although the Eagles have some guys returning, Tampa does have some guys missing and some guys returning as well. They've been battling with injuries for a little while now, but it seems like Baker Mayfield has been reported early this morning via Sal Paolantonio and Adam Schefter. Baker Mayfield is going to play. Also, we're going to receive the return for the Buccaneers of Tristan Wirfs and Chris Godwin. So big returns, huge returns for Tampa in this matchup. However, no Mike Evans. So it'll be interesting to see how the Eagles defense will be able to line up and match up against the younger receivers. Emeka Egbuka has been on a fucking tear. Honestly, if he stays at this rate, he's going to win Rookie of the Year at the pace he's been playing at. So it's going to be, again, an interesting matchup for the Eagles defense. It'll be interesting to see what Vic has schemed up for Tampa today. Also going into it for my bettors, if you're looking at the spread, the Eagles are 3.5-point favorites going on to this game today. This, to me, is right in line with a lot of things. I do expect the Eagles to cover the spread. Their games have been tight. Even going back to last year, they had a lot of games that were close. So I do expect this game to be tight. As far as what points or emphasis I think are going to be of attack, or what I think the Eagles are going to definitely key in on against Tampa, this is a passing game. Just like last week where the running game, you weren't really able to get anything going. You tried, and it's just, you were knocking on the door, couldn't get anything going with Saquon and against that Rams defense. I think this week you're going to have the same problem because Tampa is 5th in rush defense, very stout against the run, very, very stout. But pass defense, they're 20th. So that means they are susceptible to the big play. They can give up the deep ball. They can give up the intermediate shot. I think that is definitely a recipe for the Eagles offensive line to be in tip-top shape today. Getting Lane Johnson back is going to be a tremendous help. If they're at peak form, if they're playing at a high level, I definitely feel like the Eagles could carve up Tampa's defense in the passing game. Going further, like I said, I think Dallas Goedert and Devontae Smith should have a good game today. These matchups definitely are fit in their favor as far as who they're going to be schemed up against. Also, I think if Kevin Patullo is smart, he definitely should utilize Saquon Barkley in the passing game. And I don't mean just screens. I mean, actually line him out, have him run routes, whether it's out to the flat or wheel routes or, across the middle on a drag. Have him run routes because I think that just adds another dynamic and another thing that Tampa would have to scheme for that would just cause them to be on their heels going into this matchup. Now, again, Tampa still has a good wide receiver core, even without Mike Evans in there. The Eagles secondary, as I previously stated, will be tested. But if they can take Tampa's ability to run the ball, because Tampa can definitely run the ball with Bucky Irving and Rachaad White. If they can take that element of the offense away from Tampa, I strongly believe that the Eagles can win this game. All of that being said, guys, my final predictions for the game, like I said, for the spread, definitely take the -3.5 on the spread. I got the Eagles winning this game 24-21 in Tampa. It's going to be a hot one. It's going to be a tight game. But as always, fly Eagles fly. And that's going to do it for this episode, guys. I thank you as always for plugging in. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Take care. Fly Eagles fly, and enjoy your Sunday.